Many years ago, well, it feels like many years ago, a hedgehog walked across the garden at night. So, gosh, how did that get in the garden? Rushed out, put some food down for it. And then the next morning, unfortunately, the hedgehog was still there in the daylight. Now, I know you shouldn't see hedgehogs in the daylight. So I picked the hedgehog up, put him in a high-sided box, and then rang the local vet and asked if he knew anybody who dealt with hedgehogs. I was put in touch with a lady called Sue Throp in Cannock. She told me to take the hedgehog to her, which I did. And I said, what do you do with them? What are you going to do with it? And she told me, and I said, well, I could do that. Can I have a go? Took it home, and that was the start. Straight after breakfast, it's the hedgehogs. Cleaning them out, checking each one, weighing them, administering drugs if necessary, tending to wounds, making them nice and comfortable, refreshing the water, etc. And at the same time, one phone's going or both phones are going with people who found hedgehogs. I'm in and out collecting hedgehogs. I do have a team of people who do help me there because if I had to just pick up hedgehogs, I'd be doing it all day. I wouldn't have time to do anything else. I often have to go to the vets at least once a day, 7 days of a week.
This one's here. And here we are.
If any baby hedgehogs come in, it gets complicated because they've got to be fed with a syringe every 2 hours to begin with, according to the weight of the hedgehog, the size of the hoglet. That's what baby hedgehogs are called, by the way. And it is a 19-hour day. It is a 19-hour day, but I love it. Just love it. I built the hedgehog hospital for the simple reason I was keeping the hedgehogs in rabbit hutches under the carport. I had to keep rushing out and buying another hutch every time I had a phone call of a sick hedgehog coming in. It was get another hutch, and in the finish it was just full. They were all piled on top of one another, so I had to make the decision. You either pack this in now or you spend your money and you have the hospital, which is what I did. Um, it's all fitted out in cages, as you can probably see. It has to be all separate cages because you can't put hedgehogs together. They are a solitary animal. The only time you can put them together is if they're siblings. So all the cages are separate. It's all fitted up with electricity, all the newspapers, the shredding papers, everything I need to look after the hedgehogs are up in the hospital. Hedgehog numbers are declining mainly because of the loss of habitat. We're building more housing estates, we're building more roads, more supermarkets. The farmers have pulled out 300,000 mile of hedgerows. This is to make bigger fields to produce faster food, therefore cheaper food. We're also poisoning them. We're poisoning them with slug pellets. They don't eat the slug pellets, they eat the poisoned slugs. They need to have plenty of space to roam. A hedgehog will cover up to 2 square miles in a night looking for food. So he's got to be able to move from one garden to the next. So you must make holes in the fence. Also, these pristine, pretty gardens are no good for wildlife. Leave a rough area in the garden, not only for your hedgehogs but other wildlife. And I always say, if somebody comes along and makes a crack about your weed, say it's a conservation area. You should never see a hedgehog out in the day. It's very rare. There are occasions when they are out in the day and there's nothing the matter with them, but it is rare. It's like seeing a bat in the day. Um, throw a towel over the hedgehog. That's so the spines don't stick in you. They don't bite. They very rarely bite. Put them in a high-sided box. Fill a hot water bottle, obviously with hot water. Wrap the bottle in a towel. Put it in with the hedgehog and put the hedgehog on it. Then either get in touch with me in the West Midlands, or if you're outside of my area, you can either ring me, because I have a list of all of the carers all over England, Ireland, Scotland or Wales, or ring the British Hedgehog Preservation Society. They'll point you in the right direction.